Love Brittany. We have Brittany Christine. I go big Brittany. And tomorrow night, I'm going big Seahawks Packers. I'm way into it. We broke it down. Do I have a team who I think is going to win? I think Seattle's going to win. I don't think Green Bay has the horses this year. They got one, but that's it. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, Seattle. I think
Seattle's good.
It's going to go to overtime. I just know
it. Really? I hope so.
I would, yeah.
Remember how hot overtime was in September? It's kind of gone away. I want a renaissance.
It'll be weird either way. You've played the Packers as a Seahawk.
Yeah, it always gets a little crazy. And you got two of the best quarterbacks to do it, both searching to cement their legacy and hopefully get another ring at some point in their careers.
We'll be breaking that one down in just a little bit, but we got to talk Mexico City to L.A. It's time for the lead block. Let's straighten this.
Lead block. Hey, lead block.
So if you were packing to leave the country, go to Mexico City, Estadio Azteca to see the Monday night's game between the Chiefs and the Rams, you have to change your plans. The game has been moved to the LA Coliseum after the NFL deemed conditions at the stadium unfit for play. Let's send it over to Mike Garafolo with more.
Thank you, Kay. Well, showcasing the game on the international stage is very important to the NFL. So you know it was a tough decision for them to move this game from Mexico City to L.A., but they decided in the end that it was the right call because after consulting with independent field experts, as well as their own and those of the NFLPA, they decided that after all the rain and all the events that they had at Estadio Azteca recently, soccer games and a Shakira concert, that it was just going to be too dangerous for the players involved, and it was going to lead to a lower quality of play in what should be a really good game between two of the NFL's elite teams. Now, the Rams had decided to train in Colorado all week to get used to the altitude of Mexico City. They're going to stay there. They're hoping maybe it'll be a bonding experience for them, then come back to L.A. on the weekend. As for the Chiefs, they didn't plan to travel until Sunday. I spoke to a Chiefs official, and he said the only thing that changes is our plane is going to go to L.A. instead of Mexico. Okay?
Thank you so much, Mike Garafolo. Might be a different location. Same great game, though.
Yeah, and here's also a part of it. The Rams were going to spend the week in Denver, which Mike said, because of the altitude. They were preparing themselves for the altitude, and obviously the Kroenkes also have the Avalanche and the Nuggets, so they had facilities up there in Denver. It made sense for the Rams to kind of get their heads right because the Stadium Azteca was... So anyway, this thing gets canceled. The Rams are staying in Denver instead of going home to L.A., which the game is a home game, which is a very interesting decision. I'm curious to see how that works on them because this team, whether it be, and to be real with life, whether it be the Thousand Oaks tragedy right into the wildfires to now being away for a week in Denver, there's a lot going on in the Rams. To me, this one being home is going to be a true catharsis for that team after what they've been through and being away, that they might be a team you don't want to reckon with on Sunday at home in front of those fans who need this more than anything.
Ooh, we'll be breaking it down all week long, of course, here on Good Morning Football. But let's move a game.
Okay.
Since a game got moved, I didn't think that could happen, but it happened, of course, for the safety and well-being of the players, which we love hearing. Let's say you can pick any game remaining on the schedule in the regular season, flex it, not primetime or not, but flex it to another location.
Geographical flexing?
Yeah.
Cool.
Geographical you get to move any game somewhere else.
The NFL did it today.
Going?
Right.
All right, I'm going to go week 15.
Where's Shakira performing later?
I'm in.
Avoid.
I'm going week 15, Patriots, Steelers.
All right.
All right. Now,
always good.
Always good. With the new team that has the new players involved, I'm going with that game out in Toronto. In Canada.
Why?
I'm moving it across the border.
I like it.
We've seen Toronto games. Why?
But we haven't ventured to have two of the best teams with two of the best quarterbacks across the border. It has nothing to do with the rivalry. I just want to see a game of these two teams, storied franchises in Toronto. That's the game.
Ben's like, yeah, get that thing out of Foxborough or whatever, as long as it's not there.
That's what I wanted.
Week 17, the Saints play the Panthers. These two teams have gone at it so many times over the last few years. And last year, we know what happened. The Saints absolutely owned the Panthers, beat them 3 times. So if I'm Ron Rivera and I'm Cam Newton and I'm Christian McCaffrey and Luke Kuechly, I want to play these guys one more time. And I don't necessarily need to have it at home or in the Superdome. Let's do it where real gladiators go. I'm going to the Roman Coliseum.
Go on.
Let's go to the Roman Coliseum. Let's lay down the sod. Let's put a 100-yard field. If we could do it to Wembley, if we could do it to El Azteca, we can do it to the Roman Coliseum.
Have you been to the Coliseum?
Yes. It is just ruins. It is literally benches from 72 A.D., and I want it.
Crumble.
And I want it.
And I'm here for it because true gladiators do it where the true gladiators did it. It sounds goofy, but I know that we've got some really good people in the NFL operations office. Why don't we get on this a little year? Week 17, we have some time. Cam versus Breeze in the Coliseum, the real one.
They could suspend like a platform like Kanye West did his concerts and play it on that because they can't play it on. I mean, it would just fall.
Yeah, it's true. That's real. Peter wants the game in Rome so he can go to Olive Garden.
And you said the second game, not the first game.
Second one, week 17.
Because they play 2 games in 3 weeks.
They play twice. They play week 15 and week 17. But to Kyle's point, endless salad and breadsticks at the Roman Coliseum would be an awesome perk.
When you're at the Coliseum, your family.
That's it.
I'm going to, Peter, let's be a little more realistic here, all right, with our location. I'm also going to look week 17. A game I think is going to be huge. Vikings-Bears. I think the way this thing is playing out, I'm not sure the Packers have the horses and Detroit's having a really tough. I think this is 2 of them for King of the North, last week of the season. I love week 17 games because it could be to get in the playoffs or not just win the North. And so if it's really going to be a title fight in the North, I want a neutral location that speaks to the North. And if I could just wave my magic wand, I would put this game in the Pontiac Silverdome. May it rest in peace. The old one. This thing was an incredible mecca of AstroTurf and ash. It has been detonated. But there was a time they were auctioning this thing. I think you could buy it for like $10,000. The whole stadium, they were auctioning off everything from seats to urinals to sinks to hand dryers. It is a real piece of the old NFC Central and Michigan. At one point, there was a callback of a certain brand of vehicle, and they were storing them all in the parking lot, hundreds and hundreds of them. Unbelievable, yes. They detonated it. It didn't even work. They had to come back the next day. It failed detonation. It was like someone was like, you can't kill me. Don't you detonate me. I wish I could rise it up because I think the Vikings and the Bears, neutral location, like a title fight, week 17 is going to be a massive game. The old Pontiac Silverdome. Iron Sheik had a big day there.
Yes, he did.
And I think Mr. Trubisky will too.
I love that. I did not think that's the way you were going even a little bit, but you never know.
Peter went to Rome. Where are you going?
That's true. I thought about putting Steelers at Saints, which is a week 15 or week 16 game.
Stretch game.
Huge game. I thought about putting it in Atlanta because I think that could be a Super Bowl preview game, maybe get them comfortable with their surroundings, give them both sort of an advantage going into that neutral field that they might be playing on about a month later. But instead, I'm just going to go back to London. Guys,
my wish came true. It is not every day that you are sitting at afternoon tea with an all-pro, a Pro Bowler, a guy who was top 10 in tackles in the National Football League. Tom Smith, you're here.
Oh, Tom Brady would have to be like an avocado pie with like protein powder.
We brought New York with us. That's the scaffolding. It's under maintenance right now. Guys, how cool is this that we are here in London in front of Big Ben?
Master, he masters you, and he is that for you by a backup he thinks you should not be chronicled for wise. Moro!
Been on the show. This is about my 4th rhyme. I like that line. So I'm going to spit it again. Tomorrow or Sunday, you better come out and get a win.
Ooh, perfect. I was living my best life. I think about it at least once a day. London, that's where I want the game to be.
Is that what you want the game or you want yourself to be?
Both of those things are true. Both are true, guys. Let's keep it going here. And talk about a place that is what?
I'm biting my tongue. Let's
About
move
what?
on. I got all kinds of quips. You know me. Let's just move on to CenturyLink Field.
But I quite enjoy your quips. And I also like CenturyLink Field, or at least I used to, because the home field advantage really isn't quite what it used to be. They haven't won a ton at home in recent memory, but it does still have that reputation of being the loudest stadium in the NFL. The noise provided by the 12s pumps up the Seahawks defense, and it causes opponents to have to basically